you can always move forward, be resilient, be strong, have a purpose in life, be passionate. And when your life is on course with its purpose,
Mm.
you are your most powerful. एक नारी सौ पे भारी, and
Oh,
ultimately it was एक नारी हजारों पे भारी. 2 to 5 girls, all India. So it's not easy. It's an honor.
hello and welcome to this very special episode of Meet the Game Changers, where we bring to you those who, with their novel ideas, have been making positive transformation in the society, in the business sector, in the entrepreneurial sector. And lo and behold, today we have Vandana Singh, Director, Global Corporate Key Account Management, Saudia Cargo. Vandana ji, thank you so much for speaking to One India.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj Mishra. It's an honor to be on your show today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Uh, Vandana ji, talking about cargo industry, your career in aviation and logistics spans nearly 3 decades and with significant accomplishments at Saudia Cargo and Lufthansa Cargo. What inspired you to enter this field? Because as I have gathered, it's mainly a male-dominated passion. And how have you maintained your passion and drive over all these years?
That's a very nice question, Pankaj, if I may address you as that. Yes, indeed, I think aviation was in my DNA right from the very beginning.
Uh-huh.
Coming from a forces background, and I would see fighter jets all over as a small child, with my dad posted everywhere.
Mhm.
And I wanted to be a fighter pilot, to be very honest. Forget anything else.
Right.
And nothing less than
Oh,
that. I
oh
mean,
yes.
my
Yes.
my my passion was very much on the aviation sector. And of course, I could not become a fighter pilot because at that time, women were not taken into the forces. The
Mhm.
only choice was through uh, being a doctor.
Right.
That was the only way through AFMC.
Mhm.
And I somehow just wanted this, and this.
Right.
So, of course, I paved my way,
Mhm.
found my way into the aviation sector, went through a lot of, should I say, enlightening changes. I had to embrace all those changes,
Mhm.
changed about 15 odd schools here and there,
Mhm.
and learned, to embrace those changes and those challenges, and then moved into the aviation sector.
Right.
First, I moved just via, that ad that says that wanted cabin crew, and I
Okay.
was joining an international airline as cabin crew.
Uh-huh.
But then I realized this is not me. Then I thought about being a commercial pilot, but then commercial pilot involved a lot of other, coming from a humble background, I realized maybe we can't
Yes.
afford
Yes.
that
It's a costly
kind of
affair.
a feat.
Yes. Mm.
Yes, it's a costlier event, especially
Mm.
coming from a forces
True.
army
True.
background. And then I said, okay, here I go. I
Mhm.
went in as cabin crew, a very
Mm.
glamorous profession,
Yeah, indeed.
and a lot of hard work involved. The glamour is on the outside, but there's a lot of hard
Mhm.
work.
True.
And I would see these tiny pellets, move into the aircraft every time the aircraft would be loading. And I
Mm-hmm.
used to say, I like that passenger who doesn't talk. Now there must be something going on behind that modus operandi. How's that
Mm-hmm.
sale happen? And you're right, you would see these hefty men in their overalls and dungarees and, you
Mm-hmm.
know, loading the cargo in.
Right.
And
Right.
I would say, no, this is the industry that inspires me. And I'm sure that this doesn't happen like magic. There has to be sales behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me venture into air cargo aviation.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, there were very, very few women.
Right.
But Lufthansa welcomed me,
Mm-hmm.
and my career took off over there. And I didn't just start with uh, small aircrafts. It was straight into freighters,
Oh.
into, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
into loading huge,
Mm-hmm.
equipments and loading life-saving drugs and what have you. Very, very interesting sphere. So yes, I was into freighters and air cargo where I think I rightfully belonged. And I've spent now, yeah, more than 2 decades,
Hmm.
almost 28 years in this industry, and I'm very passionate about it.
Right,
Thank you.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Vandana, you know, the challenges that you have overcome, the distance that you have covered, uh, the innovations that you have brought in, all these things don't happen overnight. In your opinion, if you could share with us some specific moments or challenges in your career specifically, where these, you know, the factors that kept you going, the principles that you have grown up with, especially coming from defense forces background, how does one overcome those obstacles?
I think where there's a will, there's a way.
Hmm.
Balance and resilience have been actually the cornerstone of my career.
Hmm.
I've always, followed those principles of Albert Einstein's at work.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when you find that harmony in that chaos, and
Hmm.
when you convert your difficulties, and in the middle of it you find those challenges as well as those
Hmm.
opportunities, and you
Right.
work on that and embark on that, that really gives you the confidence to come forward. Now, in the air cargo, in the aviation industry, of course, there's so much innovation happening, but there was also a time when you would enter various warehouses, be it at the Delhi cargo terminal or
Right.
wherever, and
Absolutely. Right.
start entering shipper numbers and all on your wrist because you could not write anything.
Hmm.
And to get that information out, it was not so easy. Now, you look at the turbulences that happened post 2008, the financial collapse that happened in the
Hmm.
world, and how the entire industry, not just the aviation cargo industry, took a real, what you call a nosedive.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
then, uh, when you go down, you come up too. And that's the principle of life. You learn from that. See what happened during COVID.
COVID.
We
Absolutely.
always believe, yes, face to face meetings and business trips and here and there and running around. But tell me, this innovation, the way we talk,
Right.
whether it is a module of a MS Teams, whether it's Zoom, whether it's various technology,
Right.
Skype, you get closer to your customer. You can discuss so many things. And COVID taught us that, okay, you can't meet face to face, but still business can thrive, business can happen. And the air cargo industry is all about export and import. It's about the global economy. It's
Hmm.
all about that, whether it's perishable goods, whether it's valuables, whether it's racing cars, whether it's anything to do with sport, whether it's farmer. And look at the way farmer happened in COVID, the
Hmm.
way we were transporting on our aircrafts. So,
Hmm.
yes, there have been these challenges, but these challenges have given us new way forward,
Hmm.
and really embracing those challenges, balancing them, having that resilience and the
Hmm.
purpose to carry on, that is the way to move forward. That is the driving stone.
Absolutely, Vanda, absolutely. And, talking about the kind of resilience it is required, especially, being a prominent female leader in this particular industry, as I said earlier, male dominated industry. I mean, there's not just decisions that you need to make, but also go beyond, above and beyond your own limitations, and then try and change the industry. Your perspective, if you could share with us how it has, in your opinion, shaped your approach of leadership and innovation, if I may say so, in the cargo sector, and also an inspiring figure as you are, what advice would you give to the young women aspiring to break into a similar profile?
Thank you, Pankaj. My perspective, as a female leader, has
Mhm.
always emphasized the importance of collaboration. Collaboration is very important. You can't
Yes.
do it alone.
Hmm. Hmm.
Empathy. Empathy is important. Listening to the customer needs, coming up with tailor-made solutions as far as possible, and of course, inclusivity. If you don't look at these three factors, then you can't move forward. You need a team, and you need to, what shall I say, empower your team. You always need to do. And these qualities foster a work environment, if I may say so,
Mm-hmm.
where diverse ideas are really valued and they
Mm-hmm.
lead to innovative solutions.
Absolutely.
I believe that women, they bring a unique collaborative spirit
Mm-hmm.
that strengthens partnerships and enhances problem solving capabilities, if I may say so. And my advice to women and young women who are aspiring to enter this field is first to have a never say die attitude,
Mm-hmm.
cultivate genuine curiosity
Right.
and self confidence, and never hesitate to ask for mentors.
Mm-hmm.
In my work life and even now, I have some very, very good mentors. And I've always had mentors, both male and
Okay.
female. And
Great.
unless you move forward and ask, you will never get a response. But if you do it in a collaborative way, you will always find a solution and move forward. And this is my advice to the women of today, that
Mm.
please look for advice, please be curious, please be collaborative, and stay resilient in the face of obstacles. And these are the key elements, in my view. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
I couldn't agree more. When you say such inspiring words, and you have not just spoken them, but you have also imbibed them. You have walked that path, and which takes me to my very next question, Vandanaji, that you mentioned earlier on in our conversation that your journey, included a dream to join the Indian Air Force at the fighter squadrons, which was hindered obviously by the regulations at that time. How did this experience shape your career path and influence your leadership style in the same aviation industry?
Very nice question, because
Mhm.
not only did it teach me to be resilient
Mhm.
and be adaptive, but
Mhm.
it also taught me that anything, any challenge that you face in life, any problem always has a solution. And you can always find solutions. And
Mhm.
today, as I speak, if I may say so,
Mhm.
I have one daughter, and
Uh,
she has joined the Indian Army
Okay,
as a judge, as
so
a
you
judge
kept it
advocate
going in your
general.
family.
That is the DNA. That is the DNA. And she
Nice,
now
nice.
is
I mean,
training to be a judge, and
good.
is in a training right now at
Ah,
the Officers Training Academy. And
OTA.
they
Yeah.
take only 2 to 5 girls per year, if I may say so. Two
Mhm.
to five girls, all India. So it's not easy. It's an honor.
Yes, yes.
And I learned this
Mhm.
spirit, from my career, that you can always move forward, be resilient, be strong, have a purpose in life, be passionate. And when your life is on course with its purpose,
Mhm.
you are your most powerful. This is what I believe in. And I have carried this through. And this has been a turning point for me. If this had not happened to me, then how
Mhm.
would I have seen something else? Perhaps a cargo would have never happened to me. It was
Mhm.
meant to be like this, and I am very proud of it.
You
I'm a
must,
very
must.
proud kid.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Absolutely.
yes,
It's so reassuring to hear you, Vandanaji, because you know, talking about the girl child, talking about Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, uh, since long time now we are hearing these things thanks to the new leadership that we have. But yes, to still send your family for the dream that you had once, it really is so inspiring, not just for kids, but for parents also. So yeah, absolutely. Now, one final question, Vandana, which I wanted to know from you. In your role as the Director of Global Key Account Management Asia Pacific at Saudia Cargo, what strategies have you found most effective in building and maintaining strong relationships with, say, significant global key accounts? Can you share an example, maybe, of this particularly successful collaboration that you have done?
thank you, Pankaj, once again for asking this question. Firstly, very recently, I was attending, yeah, there was an award ceremony, a Bharat Leadership Award,
Okay.
which I received, which was Ek Nari So Pe Bhari. And
Oh.
ultimately, it was Ek Nari Hazaro Pe Bhari. And that was an honor in itself. That was on 31st May.
Mhm.
That this honor happened this year.
Right.
So a lot about women power, a lot
Mhm.
about Nari Shakti, a lot that we are also seeing in today's environment in India, where women are coming forward in all industries, in all walks of
Mhm.
life, and which includes the armed forces. So why not have them everywhere? Because collaboratively, men and women can work together for better,
Yes.
for a better India, and we
No
can see
doubt.
that India is moving forward very, very strong, and we will be the world's third largest economy very soon.
Mhm.
Coming back to my portfolio, which I have currently as Director for Global Key Account Management, Saudia Cargo for
Mhm.
Asia and Pacific,
Right.
one of the key ingredients is relationship management.
Okay.
So EQ. Now, this is something no artificial intelligence can do. This is
Mhm.
something which is very personal. And building and maintaining strong relationship with these global key accounts, which are essentially giving you 80% of your business. So these select creme
Mhm.
de la creme 20% accounts, account, they are giving you 80% of your revenue.
Business,
So
yeah.
they have to be taken care of
Mm.
from A to Z because you can't go wrong with them out of those 365 days in a year. Even one day you cannot go wrong. So you have to maintain, retain, and build those partnerships. And you have to have a listening, you have to listen to their needs and you have to
Mhm.
act on their needs. So this has been my principle throughout that I have, or you could say that this is one big cornerstone or one big pillar
Mhm.
on which I stand, which is relationship management to really keep those relationships going and
Right.
really build on them and every facet of customer intimacy or
Mhm.
customer excellence that we
Right.
call that we have to do that. And of course, successful collaborations have been many international clientele in that 20%, all the big clients who are the IATA big freight forwarders
Mhm.
worldwide. But I have now also brought in an Indian multinational to it
Mhm.
by the name of Skyways, which is our IATA
Skyways.
number one, yeah, India.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And we have to understand that in a global landscape, most of these top customers are basically all spread all over.
Mhm.
And in our country especially, because my as an airline, my customer would be the freight forwarder. In this case, it was Skyways, and Skyways also has built up, as the name says, right itself to the top, and
Mm.
it's ahead of many of the global customers here in India. And every facet, because you see, we are the world's largest
Right.
pharmaceutical,
Producing country.
generic
Yes, yes.
producing
Country.
industry
Mhm.
and fashion or textiles, as we say, uh, anything you see, perishables, as we say, India is moving fast. So yes, I brought in this global customer last year into the
Mhm.
fold of Saudia Cargo, and I'm very proud of it. And yes, all the global key accounts as well as other customers are very, very close to my heart.
Lovely. So
Yes,
inspiring. What a lovely conversation there with you, Vandanaji.
thank you.
Uh, so many facets to it, overcoming the odds, fighting in an industry which is primarily male dominated, finding a way to work together. Such an inspiring message. And at the end of the day, bringing more business back in India, aiding and, helping India to achieve that target of Atmanirbhar Bharat and definitely making it shine all across the globe. Vandana Singh there, Director Global Corporate Key Account Management, Saudia Cargo. Vandana, I can't thank you enough for taking time out for One India today.
It's been an honor for me, sir. I would say that it's been an honor for me, and very proud, as I said, to be an Indian and contribute to this industry in the global landscape. Thank you so much for having me on your show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Best wishes to you, your family, and your team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Subscribe to One India channel and never miss an update.